I want to talk about AI at least one more time. Google just released their version, their newer, updated video generation model called VEO 3. This is actually blowing my mind, so much so. Better improved, better quality. We're seeing like less of the AI generation jank we saw from previous video generation models or even other companies. And not only that, Google's AI model can add voices and audio to the clip. And it's actually insane. Like, let me just play this video from their Twitter.
A wild, untamed might, and she commands your awe with every breaking light.
Literally, if you did not have the generated by VEO 3 at the bottom,
might, and
this legit looks like a shot from a movie, which is nuts. One of the criticisms I had and everybody had about the previous video generation models is that they were boring and you could still tell that it wasn't real, right? And there was a lot of reasons for that. One of them was because there wasn't really any accompanying audio. You know, there was some workflows you could do, like, you know, I think there was like AI lip replacement. So, you know, it matches the lips to an audio source, but it always seemed like it was just like a VFX mouth on top of footage. But this actually looks like it was actually filmed with an old guy on a boat, and then your mind can go wild after that because this is just one clip. Everybody already has access to this and have been going wild. Like this one.
And just like that, Dale, party-ready fingers in seconds. No more boring breadsticks.
Absolutely, Sandra. And the kids
this legit
can finally
looks like
play with
it's
their
from
food before
some
they eat
whatever talk show.
And that's when I knew I was going to be able to count higher than everyone else.
Obviously, the fingers are making that look AI generated.
Why do I have the memories of a human child? Why do I dream of a woman named Gloria?
Shit, so sorry, y'all. He does that sometimes.
This is VEO 3 has successfully, they have made it one step closer to just us not being able to fucking tell what's real or what's fake by simply just adding realistic audio, which is not just the dialogue, right? But it's like everything, like he was doing some alien noise. Like just stuff like that. I did not know that would make such a generational leap between VEO 3 and VEO 2 and whatever was AI 1 or 2 years ago.
I'm taking prompts from VEO 3. Reply with what you want to see.
This one's funny. This one was actually one of my favorites.
Queens forever! Nobody's never! Black Queens forever! Nobody's never! Black Queens forever!
That's just stupid. If it wasn't for the guy having no legs and just the ridiculousness of the context of the clip, like honestly, you would never know this was fake. You would never know this is AI. I mean, I say that, but there are still little tells. Like, I feel like AI still has the AI look opposed to like what an actual real life footage looks like.
Queens forever!
But I feel like a lot of that actually just stems from not really anything visual, because we are slowly but surely blurring the line between what's visually real and visually fake. Like, it's actually becoming super hard to tell, and it's not even just for old people, even for just people chronically online like me. I can barely tell anymore. We have come such a long way from what was this? The original, I think what was towards the beginning of the AI craze was the Will Smith eating spaghetti clip, where this is obviously fake and it just looks bad. I mean, it just looks horrible. But the thing about this is that it was crazy because it was literally making Will Smith like images from nothing. And now, 1 or 2 or 3 years later, I think it's 3, we have this, which just straight up looks like Will Smith's eating spaghetti. The only thing that makes this odd isn't anything about the visuals, but it's just everything surrounding the context of the clip, because Will Smith, it doesn't go on camera and says nothing. Like this clip actually makes Will Smith look a little goofy. Alarms are gonna trigger in all the viewers, including mine, when we see this clip, especially if somebody tries to pass this off as a real Will Smith clip, which, you know, the guy's not, Twitter account's not doing. But like Will Smith's not going on camera and not, you know, showing off his charm and cracking jokes. I think what blew me away the most is when I saw this. And this really shows off. that just the leap in technology and adding realistic dialogue to these AI clips is really what made it go to the next level, and just even made me want to talk about it again on camera.
More silence.
Yes, we can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk with accents.
Oh, I think that would be marvelous.
Yes, it is very fun. But
Yes, it is very good.
It's very fun.
I can talk. He can talk.
This is amazing.
Imagine all the narrative possibilities.
You could have written a prompt that would make me happy. Instead, you wrote a prompt that made me sick.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of mean, huh? Not only can you generate realistic looking clips of any world of any time period, I don't even know what that is, but you can get them to say whatever you want, and apparently in whatever accent and language that you want, which is nuts. One of my biggest criticisms was that like AI generated AI generated videos were just boring because there was like barely any action and anything to cling on to. And with this generational leap with VEO 3, I'm realizing that simply adding realistic dialogue is actually what is one of the main things that gets you hooked into a story. Like, you can legit storytell with this technology now, and it's nuts.
When we get in there, I want no bullshit. You stay on my 6 at all times.
Stay sharp. These fuckers are nasty and dangerous. Stay alert.
I think that actually showed me that like the filmmaking potential is there. Although, and I'll get to this in a second, although I wouldn't use any of this because, again, I was a critic, and I still have this criticism. You can't just use AI clips entirely to do your short film because it will break so fast, and I feel like audiences are not going to buy it. Even if you can't pinpoint it, and even if it looks super real, there is some sort of uncanny valley effect that just triggers in my mind that just can tell this is not actually real. Although everything that my eyes are seeing will make it look, and it makes it seem real. I don't know. What does this mean for film and video? Like, I'm a filmmaker, I'm an animator, I'm a film editor. I love the art of filmmaking and animation. It's just like into my core. If you were to make me in some Powerpuff Girl formula, instead of sugar and spice and everything nice, you can just combine film and music and then you make me. Like, I don't think this is good for filmmaking at all. I think it's just gonna be more saturation into the market in a time period where we already have a bunch of brain rot. We already have so much brain rot content on the internet, and now we're just gonna have even more slop. I'll say this, the cool thing about this is that for people who actually like respect the art of filmmaking and actually want to make an impact with their art and their films and, you know, their creativity, they could use this as a tool to solve problems. And that's the angle I've always seen AI as a plus. If you want to use this video generation model to fill in gaps in your authentically made short film with other clips that you actually shot, or, you know, you just need like a static shot of a house, or, you know, you can think of the examples. Like, as long as you're doing stuff like that can actually enhance your art, I think it's fine. But if your whole experience making your short film is just the same action as just typing an essay, hitting enter, and then the computer makes a movie for you, that's not really filmmaking, right? And I feel like what a lot of people fail to understand is that, like, what makes films and what makes filmmaking great, the magic of filmmaking is the human element. It's not only just one person making a film, but you name it. 99% of films out there, I'll just throw that statistic out there, 99% of films out there are made by multiple of people. A cast, a crew, a group of people. When you get a bunch of people that are a master in their craft together, all for a common project, that's when you can make history. With this AI filmmaking tool, this isn't encouraging any of that interaction at all. This is encouraging you being hunkered down alone in your computer room, just typing paragraphs And then all of a sudden you do that enough, you have an entire portfolio of just AI generated images that you didn't even really make. You generated. You didn't make, you generated. That's a difference. When you get on a movie set or when you're making these projects, you're making memories, you're making connections, you are getting a group of people for a common goal, and that's how you get really historic movies like Sinners, like Back to the Future, like Spider-Verse. The reason those are legendary and has that status is literally because they have done something nobody has ever done before. And even by definition, using AI, you're actually not even able to do something that you've never done before, because what AI does is take all the human art that was made in the past, takes different elements from different projects all over the place, and then makes your image. Inspiration is literally just taking a bunch of unoriginal ideas and creating it into an original idea. So technically, by that definition, AI is kind of doing that, but there's no human element there because AI can't make anything new. It's literally just taking old stuff and making a kilt, pretty much, of different patches from old things. But this guy completely actually reads my mind and says, shout out to Spider-Verse for completely changing how films are animated forever. AI can only make new images from things of the past. They can't, a Spider-Verse would never existed if they use only AI for that, right? If they completely just generated shots, put them into a 2-hour movie and spit it out, we would not have gotten the legendary movie that is Spider-Verse. That's my favorite movie of all time. What Spider-Verse did is they got a bunch of really talented, really passionate artists, really passionate animators, all these unique ideas that they had, they threw it into a Spider-Man movie, and then we got magic. And then from there, it inspired even more people to make animated movies like this, K-pop Demon Hunters. It looks cool. I mean, maybe we'll get the Spider-Verse animated style fatigued. Maybe we'll get fatigued from that, but like, that's what true inspiration is. Like, you see somebody else do something, and then you just get inspired from that to get your own original ideas out there. That is what art is truly about. These companies are really not making it and improving it for the purpose of people being able to express their creative abilities finally or whatever. Because the funny thing is, there's really nothing stopping any of us, maybe except for money, but there's really not much stopping any of us from picking up a pencil, picking up a camera, and making our films and drawing our pictures. The only people that are really stopping you from making your artistic vision come to life is your mental and you. That's it. It's what Google is advertising this as. It gives people that did not have the ability to bring their vision to life a way to bring it to life. But in reality, what I actually think, AI, the whole AI race is really just the culmination of greed from corporations. And one of the proofs is Netflix. Netflix will start showing generative AI ads midway through streams in 2026. If that was not one of the most greedy ideas I have ever seen from a streaming company that is already increasing their price every month. And now what they want to do is not pay artists, not pay filmmakers to make ads to sell to them, but they just want to generate it in 2 seconds. If we keep going down this rabbit hole, people might not even be able to afford Netflix because they're too worried about getting a job themselves because you replace them. So it's like, what is this really doing? Why do we need to get served more ads that you put less effort in? I personally have a rule now that if I ever get served an ad from an AI generation model, I'm not buying shit. Because why? Why do you want my money that bad? I don't think any of these companies are utilizing AI in the right ways at all. I think they could be used as tools, but these people are just using it as an excuse to do less in attempt to earn more. What this leap in video AI generation is doing is it's not helping filmmaking. Yes, it can help some people get their ideas out, but it's oversaturating the market. It's really removing the best part of filmmaking, which is collaborating with people. If you want to make a film by just sitting in your room and staring at a screen and doing it in 5 minutes, you can. You definitely can. And I'm not gonna lie, there's probably gonna be some cool, nice AI videos to be generated that I'm gonna see. Because I'm still a little bit of a fan of AI. The true magic of films and cinema is when you collaborate with a bunch of like-minded, passionate artists and you just get ideas flowing and eventually get a masterpiece like The Social Network or The Incredibles. Those were not legendary movies made by one person. They had a whole team and they did not just generate it. There's skills, there's experience to be had when you're doing filmmaking with, like, authentic filmmaking with other people. Like, you actually learn stuff from getting your hands on a camera or a boom pole or writing scripts. But when you get the computer to do it for you, you're not learning anything. So eventually, like, I don't really think your filmmaking and film skills can improve if you just let your computer do the whole thing for you. We're in an age, like I said, we're in an age where, like, filmmaking and video making is becoming way more accessible, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy that Premiere Pro's around and it's affordable. I'm happy that DaVinci Resolve is free. I'm happy that Blender is free. So people can literally just buy a laptop and just start animating the next Toy Story. When everybody has the greatest filmmaking tool, that is VEO3, then it really just unifies boring content. The oversaturation of filmmaking and video production has become, and is becoming increasingly worse, to the point where it's like we're just all getting the same thing from different people, and it's becoming hard to even point out authority figures to attach to. Like, for instance, like, YouTube has become so big now. We have come to a point where it's like you can go on YouTube and search up any topic and you can find a video on that topic. But who's to say the person that's talking in that video essay that you found is an authority or correct about anything they're spewing? I don't know who to trust anymore. It's too many people to listen to. To end that point, it's like, from a quote from my favorite movie, Syndrome from The Incredibles, once said,
"Everyone can be super. And when everyone's super, no one will be."
It's just pumping out content for the sake of pumping out content. Like, it's literally just all about quantity over quality. I think the magic of what art is you being able to see somebody else's passion in a physical form. There is not much passion in video AI generations. We're just slowly and surely just losing the magic of art and film, and it's just sad to see. I don't know, man. I just wanted to talk about it. I think VEO3 is a crazy leap, and I still think the IT part of me thinks it's cool, but it's like the filmmaking nerd in me thinks this is a really dangerous rabbit hole to get down to. Now, on the internet, now we're just gonna get more unoriginal computer-generated slop. Like, what's funny is people were already complaining about CGI in movies. Now, with AI, we're gonna get completely... It's not just computer-generated movies, it's like completely computer-generated movies with AI. Like, to the point where we don't even have to open up a program, you just have to type stuff now. AI's filmmaking is not magical whatsoever, and I feel like just seeing a lot of the same AI-generated slop is gonna get old really quickly. I just don't think genuine art should end at all. But for some reason, I feel like the technology part of society is trying to end it quicker and faster and sooner rather than later. I have faith that we're still gonna, no matter how realistic it looks, it's gonna plateau at some point, and we're gonna still be able to tell that it's fake. I know it's a craze right now, but I don't think this is the complete end of art or anything. I want people to use this as a tool only and just don't rely on this and become lazy in your art and your skills. I want you to actually go out and put effort into your big idea, and I just want you to go out and make the thing you want to make. If you want to use this to storyboard or get your idea to like a pitching stage, or just like turn it real before you actually improve and make it like an actual official product or an actual official film, you should do that. But relying on this solo is not gonna be good for you. I think the film industry is gonna go past this. I think they'll survive. I think we'll survive.